20.
Why?
Chelsea.
You have dice.
I know, but they're not out yet.
Oh my god.
That was easier.
We could wait.
I rolled an 18.
Okay,
I rolled a 10.
cool.
I rolled an 11.
Alright.
5.
You got a 5, was it? 5?
5.
Okay, I believe... Kate, you got an 18?
Yeah.
It is your turn, friend. Tell us what happened last time.
Last time with the Instigators, our lovely barbarian managed to help us fight and bluff our way out of jail, miraculously. I don't think we actually killed any guards.
We did not.
We killed no guards were killed. No guards were harmed in the making of the last session.
So we did that. And we're like, well, shit, we need to get out of the city. Flower found out that being a lion is badass, and she should do it more often. What happened next? So we got out of the city, and we're running. We're like, we need to go to the gate anymore, because that's where we agreed to go to last. And then, as we were going, we noticed that Skull Crusher was smelling something awful and not happy. So Flower shifted and through a series of nods, grunts, and growls, communicated via line that the goblins on the way. So after much debate, we decided we would ambush the goblins.
Only after I went ahead and found them all.
I said after much debate. After Soberall went and found them.
Because debate is dumb.
Inter-party conflict and the session hasn't even started yet.
So anyway, after that, we set up an ambush, and we managed to slaughter all the goblins except one, which was Question. We discovered that they sensed the demon that came through over in the city we were just in, and I'm blanking on names.
Penrith?
Penrith. Yes.
The capital city of the
Yeah.
entire country where much of your time has been spent? That was just destroyed via giant demon attack? You forgot the name of that city?
Listen.
We have like 3 campaigns going on right now, okay?
They were going towards that because they could sense the darkness coming, and their god essentially kind of told them to. And we're all like, well, shit, this is bad. And we realized that one of our favorite hobbit towns is in the way of these goblins heading to Penrith, and there's more goblins coming, so we're going to help get Roris to
Underdale.
Underdell. I was about to say Hobbiton, it's not Hobbiton.
It's now Hobbiton.
Going to Underdell, so he can help take all of these lovely halflings to his hometown while we continue on with our journey.
That was a pretty succinct wrap-up. There's a couple of notes that I want to add. While it is possible that their god, the goblins' god, what is it? Maglubliet, it is possible that Maglubliet told them they believe that is to be true, but all the goblins said for sure is that they received dreams of the destruction of Penrith. All the goblins did, or many of them did.
Not right now.
Second point is a correction on my part, and this was because it was just a long time between the last session and this one. It was not the same day. You did not arrive in Penrith, get attacked, and get arrested on the same day. You arrived in Penrith, the city was attacked, Flower was knocked out and taken by the Hoods. You guys found her in that secret Hood hideout, and you spent the night there, except for Therius and Soverall, who snuck out trying to loot a magic shop. If you remember this.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I remember this now.
It was unsuccessful, but you did fight some looters. You then rejoined the party. The next day, as you were trying to exit the city, you got into an argument with the Eminence, and everyone believes you can. What is that sound? Okay, it stopped. Okay, you got into an argument with the Eminence. You were presumed to have murdered him, and then you were arrested and broke out. Another prison break, and then fled. So yeah, that's the timeline of events. Everything happened as Kate said. You battled some goblins that you found along the way. You then spent the night on the road. You are about, let me consult my map. Oh, also, I made a pretty new map that I will show you all via the Facebook page if I can.
Also, Therius has drugs.
There, Silverall has. Oh yeah, you gave it to Therius.
I gave
Therius
Therius.
has drugs.
I have the cocaine.
As of this moment, you are a half day's travel on foot to Underdale. You camped out in the woods south of Penrith. You did various watches and whatnot throughout the night. You did not encounter any other goblins after the ones you brutally murdered. And you awakened this morning to a sort of gloomy day. It's overcast, it's a little foggy, it looks especially sort of creepy in the woods where you are. You can hear a lot of birds and bugs and everything in the morning, but it's just generally...
I can hear Chris.
Yeah, there he goes, now he's muted. Generally, it's a pretty gloomy morning. So, you all awaken. Does anybody want to have some talks before you get to walking?
Yeah. Agnes is gonna like. What is Agnes gonna do?
I don't know. Listen, I'm only the god of
There
this
he-
world.
To himself this morning.
He's kind of subdued.
What? Yeah. Yeah, Agnes is being very quiet.
Okay.
She's just kind of going about things, eating, rolling up her stuff, packing it in.
Because we're losing our buddy.
All right, so it's a very subdued morning. Roris is pretty quiet too. Skullcrusher seems to pick up on everybody's sour moods, and he's kind of going around like nudging people and trying to provide puppy comforts, but which is kind of difficult when he is huge.
Agnes will pet him for comfort.
Cool. You receive 2 points of comfort. Not redeemable for anything in game, but you know what? Why not?
There should be something for that.
I would like to spend my comfort, please. No, you get a little
That's
bit
called
of...
going to a whorehouse.
Yeah, totes. Well, I mean, you're going to Ravenmoor.
Thank you for that.
Flower isn't gonna necessarily talk to the dog in anything but Druidic, but you know, just I know why you're feeling this way. It'll be okay.
Okay, so you all finish packing up camp, and you start walking south to Underdale. And you see on are you going on the main road, or are you still going through the parallel foresty path?
I'd say parallel.
Yeah, we don't want to go on the main road.
Okay.
We have no idea how far our wanted status is traveled.
You are wanted in a lot of places. You continue traveling south through the brush. You don't run into anybody. You don't run into any more goblins, but you're all sort of tense and ready, expecting there to be more around any tree, but you don't see any. And soon the forest thins out, and you're in an open sort of grassland plain area, and it's still sort of gloomy, but it's much more open here. It's not as claustrophobic. And in the distance, you can see a couple of houses all huddled together. Small little houses in the distance. You see the familiar sight of Underdale over the hills.
Underdale still likes us.
What?
I said Underdale still likes us, hopefully.
Underdale, as far as you're aware, does still like you, in that you saved a lot of the children from death.
Katie.
Thank you.
Katie.
Hold on, I'm getting out my Underdale notes. So, as you're approaching the town, you're all still a little bit subdued, but because you know what you're here for, you know the threats that come up. You can hear the sounds of sort of normal village, like, activity. It's a lot different from the last time you were here. Last time you were here, the place was practically, like, deserted almost. Everyone was in their homes afraid to go outside. Now you see, like, people talking in the you can hear people talking in the distance. You can see somebody's leading, like, a little group of about 3 pigs down the main road, and there's somebody with a wheelbarrow full of vegetables, and there's a bunch of children playing in the street. And one of these children is a little red-headed girl who catches you out of the corner of her eye as you guys are approaching. And she lets out a little excited squeal and runs forward. And as she starts running towards you, you recognize this as Alice Pott, Roris's cousin who you saved from death way back when. And she rushes over and immediately latches herself onto Roris, who can't help but smile about this. And Alice is squealing. She's like, "Oh my gosh, you're back! You're back! How long are you visiting? Oh my gosh, all of you! Oh, it's been so long! Where have you been? What have you been doing?" And she's just so excited. She turns to Therius, and she's just kind of like all over him, and then she's on Flower, and she's just bouncing between all of you, so excited, just spilling out questions.
I ruffle her hair.
Agnes is delighted by this child.
Darius would give like kind of a half-cocked smile and pat her on the back.
Agnes is gonna give her.
Alice loves it. Alice is loving the hug because you guys saved her life last time. It was super cool. And a bunch of the other children she was playing with run over, and it's two girls and a little boy, and they're just kind of like standing off to the side with like wide eyes. They clearly recognize you also. And Alice sort of backs off a little bit. She's bouncing on her toes, and she's just kind of like, "Are you guys staying?"
For at least a day.
Oh, yeah. Let me take you to Mama and Pop. Come on. And she goes forward and she grabs one of Flower's hands and she grabs one of Therius's hands and she starts tugging you guys into the village proper. Do you resist the small halfling child?
No.
No, Darius takes her hand and follows.
Okay. You start getting pulled along the main road, and it's scale-wise, it's smaller than what you're used to. All of the houses are a lot smaller than you're used to, and you guys, as a lot, except for Roris, are a lot bigger than what these people are used to, so you're immediately drawing everyone's attention. But it's pleasant attention. Like, you guys are not revered, but you're seen as heroes here. So the people who do recognize you are shouting out pleasant greetings, or just going, "Oh, hey!" Just various things of recognition. Are you reading it up?
Kid.
You saved our children from a shadow demon. That kind of wins you points with a halfling village.
Yep.
And you're pulled along, so again, Underdale doesn't have formal shops or a market or anything. It's essentially just a small conglomerate of houses with attached farms and fields. But all of the homes are sort of huddled around one center place. And you're led very quickly to, again, a familiar place, the Pott household. And there's a man in front who seems to be, he's weeding the little front garden or something, and he hears all this commotion, he turns up to look, and it's Rufus Pott, Roris's distant uncle somehow. And he beams upon seeing you, and he says, "Oh, adventurers returned, I see. Are you here to tell us some good tales?"
And Flower's gonna look
beckons-
at Roris for this one.
Okay. Roris smiles. He tries his best to smile at his uncle, and he goes up to greet him. And he says, "Unfortunately, we're not, we're better in spirit than we were last time we visited." Well,
We're alive, and everyone here is happy, so...
true. And if we act quickly, everyone will stay that way.
Exactly.
And upon hearing this, Rufus's smile immediately falls, and he's just kind of like, "What?"
Let's go inside so we can discuss this.
Yes.
All right. Let me go find Bertha. Alice, take them inside. And Alice opens the door to the house, and most of you have to stoop to get inside, but you remember the Pott's home. It's very warm and inviting. And there's a large communal area. The Pott's home sort of acts like the quote-unquote town center. So there's a large living room communal area where you can all find seats, either on, hilariously undersized couches, or just in a corner somewhere. You all find a place to sit down. Roris even brings Skullcrusher inside, and the puppy just lies down on the middle of the rug. And he's feeling much happier now that there's been all this attention. From the back of the house comes in Rufus, but this time his wife Bertha is with him. And she looks worried. Clearly, Rufus has told her something. So the two of them come in. And Bertha's like, oh, hello everyone. Would anyone like something to drink?
I'll just take some water.
Lovely.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I was gonna say that a drink would be nice about now.
You would be lovely.
I'll go prepare. I'll prepare something. There, yeah. And she's flustered, so she walks over to the kitchen. You can hear some water being poured into a kettle and a fire starting, and some
Flowers
patting
don't-
about.
Flower's gonna follow her and offer her, like, can I help at all? I'll help carrying drinks, or...
Thank you, dear. Here, and she reaches up and she hands you two little ceramic cups full of water. For your friends. And then, for the rest of you in the living room, Rufus has taken a seat in an armchair that's fitting for him next to the fire, and he looks fairly grave, and Roris hasn't sat down. He's sort of pacing around next to the fireplace.
While this is all happening, Roris sort of kneels down so that he is at eye
Roris
level with
does?
Alice. Roris, yep. There he is. You just said Roris. Okay,
There he is.
There he
kneels
sort of
down.
kneels down so that he's at eye level with Alice. And says, so sweetheart, the grown-ups have something that we talked about for a minute. You mind going to your room, and then once we're done having this conversation, you can show me your favorite toy, and maybe we can hang out, but we're gonna need a minute, all right, kiddo?
Or we could play some hide and seek together.
Alice pouts. She says,
It's not that guy.
grown-ups are always talking. I want you guys want to show me, I want to show you, me to show... She's very upset.
Anya sits down and says, sweetie, grown-up talk is super boring. Trust me. Why don't you set out a game that we can play together? It's just going to be in a little while, and I promise you we will play with you, and we will tell you all sorts of adventure stories.
You gotta show me all the cool stuff you can... I didn't get to see any of the magic last time. They said you did magic.
I promise I will do magic for you.
Promise?
I promise.
She seems a little wary, a little distrusting, but she pouts and turns and runs down a hallway in the house, and Alice is left.
Flower's gonna need to turn into a cat for her, isn't she?
I mean, I don't
I've
know.
got some-
man.
Us too. Yeah.
Darius can teach her to shoot a crossbow.
I can teach her how to stab people in their kidneys.
Correct. Bad adult.
No, perfect. Perfect adulting. A+. So, after Alice leaves, Roris turns to Rufus, and man, this is gonna get confusing real fast. Oh man, don't even get me started when you guys meet the Tumblebelly family. That's gonna get so
You
confusing.
did this to yourself.
I did it so that it would happen to Kristen, but it's gone back against me.
Yep, you literally did this specifically to haunt Kristen. And
Yep. And now it's come back to
Karma.
bite me. Okay, so Roris turns to Rufus, and he says, we don't come with good news this time. There's some... Have you heard what happened in Penrith? And Rufus furrows his brows and he shakes his head and says, no, we haven't had any news from other towns lately. What happened in Penrith? And he sort of asked this to the group at large.
Well, the Eminence's manor was attacked by
Demons.
demons, just to put it nicely, yes,
Demons?
and was completely destroyed.
Flower's gonna walk in with drinks. Oh, you started without me.
Demons attacked the Eminence?
And the Eminence is presumed dead.
We can't say that. Well, the eminence is presumed is dead, although we have no evidence of that, no body or anything. However,
A new Eminence has taken his place.
was destroyed when a large portal opened up on the estate, and some sort of fiendish creature emerged.
And Roris chimes in, it kind of wrecked a large part of the city, too.
That too.
And Rufus is clearly appalled by this, because his one experience with demons was terrible, and he never wants it to happen again. And he can't even fathom the idea of something so powerful it would destroy a major city. Or at least part of it.
The problem is that when something this powerful opens, it attracts a lot of they cut the
Scavengers.
scavengers and worse monsters in the area to that place, and we ran into some goblins on our way out of Penrith, and looks over at Roris and then just continues, we need to evacuate you all to where the rest of the tumble bellies are. It's not in the path of anything, and it's safer because we've run into some scavengers. We stopped them, but more are on their way.
And wait. You encountered goblins outside of Penrith?
They
were on their way there. They had
Goblins have never come this far north.
Yeah, exactly.
They apparently were having some
from their
visions from something that said that Penrith was in ruin, and they figured now was the time to strike.
And they'll strike here, you believe?
We don't know where they'll strike, but you are in their way, on their way to Penrith.
And to be honest, you all are, under most years, this would be completely safe, but you all are fairly not well protected for something like this.
It's at this point that Bertha Pot comes in. She's got a little tray with tiny cups full of tea on it. She puts that on the little table, and she's clearly heard everything, and is very visibly distressed. And
picks up his teacup and it's like this is in his hand.
It's essentially, for medium-sized creatures, these are like slightly larger than shot glasses of tea.
Yeah. So.
Sips.
You're not in any immediate danger.
You just, excuse me, dear, but you just said we had to evacuate.
We want to make sure that nothing happens to anyone here, so we're taking extra precautions to make sure you're safe.
Well, we're just letting you know what's going on and that you're in the way for a potential goblin swarm, horde, whatever. And it may be best within the next few days to leave. You're more than welcome to stay here, but you're potentially leaving yourself open to attack.
Roris cuts in. He says, "It's not a horde. It's gonna be an army, is what we're thinking. It sounds like the goblins are moving en masse and they're coming north, and you guys are right in the path between where they live and Penrith." And both Rufus and Bertha exchanged looks, and they understand the threat, but you're essentially telling them that they all have to leave their home. They have to leave this community that they built. I mean, they didn't build it, their ancestors did, but this is their home.
Listen, we're not saying that this is forever. What we're saying is gods and powers larger than us are moving, and we want to be sure that you all aren't crushed when the wheel turns. Hopefully your homes will still be here if there's no one here or nothing worthwhile for them to take.
It seems unlikely.
And
Thank you.
You're proposing.
Darius.
You're proposing that we go where? Where are we even going to go if we leave this place?
Roris?
Frank, we won't be able to travel with you. Roris is.
And Roris nods and says, I can take you guys to Hillsfoot. You know you'll have sanctuary there. It's bigger. There'll be people you can stay with. It's gonna be safe for you. Daniel, if you're gonna snap at your dog, can you please mute? Sorry, back to game. Roris continues, it's gonna be safer for you there. It's out of the path. Nothing's gonna come that way. I'm gonna stay behind and I'm gonna help you guys travel there. I promise that nothing's gonna hurt you when I'm around. And both of them seem a little calmer at the idea that there's gonna be somebody here to protect them, but not that calm because it's one dude and a dog, but you know.
Could be worse.
Yeah. Bertha is wringing her hands and Rufus stands up and he puts his hand on his wife's shoulder and nods. And he says, we understand, but this is gonna be hard to break on all the other families. There's people who've never left this village. It's going to be difficult to get everyone moving.
What time of day is it?
Gloomy.
He said what time?
Oh.
It's like midday. It is gloomy, yes, but it's like midday at this point.
So let me propose that as guests tonight, we celebrate, and tomorrow we can discuss this with the town. When
That feels like lying to me.
it's not lying so much as
Preempting the inevitable.
if it's
Flower's
going to
just
take.
gonna frown. She's not comfortable with this idea.
And Roris kind of chimes in, I don't really feel a whole lot like celebrating, to be honest.
I'm not sure it's...
Wise.
Town has a ways to travel, and they'll need all of the resources that they can preserve when they get to Hillsfoot.
That is fair.
And we need to get them moving sooner rather than later. We know we caught one band. We don't know what else is coming. I can work with Skull Crusher so he can tell you when he smells that smell again, Roris. So you all will have warning.
That sounds like a good idea. If you can teach him some signal or something to give us if he smells goblins coming.
It's going to be something basic, like scratching the ground or barking a certain number of times.
That's fine, so long as I know what it is.
Mm. You're also pretty good at reading him. I think you two will work okay together.
I mean, he's a dog. He's not that complex. Like, I love you, buddy, but you don't have depths. And Skullcrusher...
Excuse me, you can't talk to him.
Excuse you, I can talk to my own dog. He just won't understand me. And Skullcrusher is literally just lying on the carpet staring at you all, like, tail wagging. He has no idea what's going on. So Bertha says, obviously you're all welcome to stay the evening here. Oh boy, I'm going to have to pack. Rufus.
Do you all have a town hall area?
Dear, you're in it.
Okay.
This is a small community. There's not but about 10 families here in total. We're simple people who we trade with others occasionally, but we're very self-sustaining. We don't have a whole lot.
Listen, after we talk to my teacher and I look over Oris, I'll do my best to come by Hillsplit, and I can do something for the crops there to enrich it, so y'all will get better harvest for at least another couple years.
And Rufus is like, wait, how long do you think we'll have to be away?
Hopefully not that long, but I won't know until I can talk to my teacher.
I would prepare for the long haul.
He nods gravely and he turns to Bertha and they sort of share a look, and Bertha turns to you all and says, It's lovely seeing you. Excuse me. And she exits back further into the house.
one comparable to 9/11.
What the crap was that just now?
What?
I don't know what just happened.
Okay. And Rufus is then turns to you all and says, I understand if you need time to rest, but if the time frame is as dire as you're saying it is, I think we should get people moving as soon as possible. You're welcome to stay here. I can go. These are my neighbors, these are my friends. I grew up with these people. I can be the one to tell them.
Do you think having one of us here, having Roris with you, might help?
Well, if he wants to come, they'll probably trust him. He saved a lot of our kids, after all. You all did. And Roris agrees, yeah, I'll go along. If you guys want to, I don't know, you can come if you like.
Maybe we should keep the kids calm, because this is gonna start spreading through them real fast.
Sounds like a good idea. Okay.
And to be completely honest, these are your people. They're not. I know that they respect us, but I'm a half elf from a city that happens to like drugs a lot and can make things grow.
I mean, the drugs part is not really that weird around here, just saying. All right, come on, Uncle, let's go break the bad news. And Rufus he starts walking for the door, but he turns the rest of you and spreads his hands and says, this is my home and it is your home also. While you're here, feel free to make yourselves comfortable. I know that we don't have a lot that will fit you all, but we have the spring below, and we have food if you're hungry to help yourselves. Ask Bertha if you need anything more.
I'm gonna thank him and then stand up and follow head over to where I saw Alice go.
Okay, so Roris and Rufus leave. Flowers headed back towards the back of the house. Does anyone else do anything?
I'll go follow Flower to go say hi to Alice.
Oh yeah, I'll do the same thing. I want to go see Alice.
Everyone headed to Alice's room?
Mm-hmm. Maybe we should have Alice come to us. I don't know if we're all gonna fit in her room.
I was about to say, this hallway's about to get super cramped, guys.
Goes and gets Alice and brings her back out.
I'm gonna Roris and Rufus.
Okay, Therius is coming with him?
Yeah.
Cool, so Rorius, Rufus, Therius, and Skullcrusher are headed out into the community. Flower, Silverall, and Agnes, are you calling for Alice to come in, or is one of you headed back to get her? Are you all going?
I'm gonna head over to her room and knock on her door. So I heard you missed the magic last time, and you wanted more of it.
She's sitting on her bed with a little book, but as soon as she sees you, she basically tosses it aside. She's like, yeah, show me magic! I didn't get to see any last time.
Okay, Flower's gonna go ahead and transform into a cat and kind of jump on the floor, then up on her bed and sit down and purr.
Alice shrieks. But it's like a happy shriek, like children being let loose into Chuck E. Cheese. And she immediately scoops you in, I'm imagining a house cat.
Yep,
Okay.
house cat.
She immediately scoops your tiny house cat body up and is like clutching you to her chest. Not tight. She understands how to deal with animals, growing up on what is basically like half of a farm. But she is so super jazzed about this crap. You just turn into a cat. That's so cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and kind of squirm and climb up and rest on her shoulders.
Okay, and she, with Cat Flower, comes out into the living room and sees the two of you left. And she's like petting Flower and looking around. She's like, where'd everyone else go?
They're just out and about, looking around the village. There's nothing to worry about. Agnes, do you have anything you can, Nah, just not over. Magic.
Ah,
Prestidigitation.
trying to figure something out.
I don't think she has prestidigitation.
Huh?
Do you have prestidigitation?
No.
That's what I thought.
Agnes is going to cast Mage Hand and just like grab a cup from the table
Okay.
with it,
And just-
like to show.
Like lift it
Yeah.
up or something? So there's like a floating cup.
Yeah.
Okay, Alice goes wide-eyed. She's like, oh, that's so cool. Can you teach me? Can you teach me how to do magic? Can I turn into a cat?
Why don't we
And
try
she
something?
picks Flower up, just like, she turned into a cat. Can I turn into a cat?
Why don't we start with something simpler, Alice? And then I just take out a coin and I start doing like weird hand coin disappearing,
Like
reappearing,
sleight of
sleight of hand stuff. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So from there, we're gonna
Make
transition.
him roll for it.
I'm not gonna make him roll for simple. I mean, he can.
I got a
but
19.
You do it. You do good. You make that coin disappear and reappear, and it's cool, man. It's
And
good
then
stuff.
I'll spend time teaching her that if she wants.
Okay, so you guys sit down, crisscross applesauce on the floor, and you start showing her how to do some little sleight of hand tricks. Meanwhile, the sad little quartet of Rufus, Rorus, Therius, and Skullcrusher, you guys have moved on to a couple of houses. Well, to the first one, you started with just the neighbors next door. And the wife is home. She answers the door. Do you want to RP out going through all of this, or do you want me to just sort of sum it up?
It's up to you. Whatever if you want.
Daniel's dying. There's 9 houses to go through. So
Is that all there is in the town?
yeah, the town is just literally like 10 houses. And
Cool.
barns and some fields. That is it. That's the whole place.
Okay.
So it may just go quicker if I'll just summarize how it goes through, because that's a lot. And it's
Yeah.
gonna be sort of repetitive. So you guys are going from house to house, and Rufus is sort of leading the charge, and you and Rorus fill in any gaps of the information, just basically saying that you ran into some goblins north of here, a day and a half out from Penrith. There's going to be more of them coming. Penrith was destroyed. The goblins are going to be traveling north to sort of raid what's left. Underdale is in the path, and it's not safe to be here anymore, and that you're going to have to, that soon, within probably the next few days, all of them are going to have to leave. Considering that, hold on, let me look at my map again. Boop, 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 doo, boo. I made a map and I should be using it better. Yep. Considering that Underdale is, or not Underdale, Penrith is a week away from Ravenmoor, and the goblins you found were a day and a half out, the goblins have at least a 6-day head start.
Ugh.
So, you don't know if there's going to be more raiding parties. You don't know if the whole army is going to be the next thing coming up, but you know that they have 6 days on you for preparation. And there's one of the women in town, her name is Ruby Smallborough. You recognize her as a mother who, one of her children died last time you were here. She seems very stern and ready, and she says, I heard people talking about goblins outside of town. None of us believed that, because they've never been this far north. But I can't say this surprises me. And that news is sort of taken gravely. But essentially you just go from house to house and start spreading the word, and you see other people things become much more busy in the little roads between houses as people are going to each other and discussing this and getting ready. By the time everybody travels back to the house, to the Potts house, it's started to get dark. It never really, the sun really never came out in full today, but it's starting to get dark. Soverall, you have taught Alice 3 coin tricks.
Yes.
She's super excited. Agnes and Flower, you guys showed her some little magic tricks you could do. Flower, you probably made some stuff grow and made some flowers bloom.
Yeah.
And
Druidcraft and
and
whatever.
Agnes probably
Made a little headpiece for her.
Yeah, made her a little flower crown or some crap.
Mm-hmm.
Agnes, you probably did all kind of cool sorceress stuff. It was awesome. She ate it up.
Yep.
Right before Bertha sort of interrupts you a bit and says, if you don't mind, I have to speak with my daughter for a little while. I'm sorry. This is a kind of much. You have to understand.
Absolutely, and then
Flower gets up and
get
just
up and walk away.
she puts her hand on Bertha's shoulder. Anything while we're here.
And Alice is kind of like,
As
oh, Mom, I don't wanna. They're showing me cool things.
as I'm leaving, I'm palming a coin into Alice's pocket.
What kind of coin?
A piece of platinum, and I got 19 to slide of hand.
Crap. All right. You just gave this random halfling peasant girl a lot of money, bro.
Yep.
Good on you. Silverall decided to be a good person. Okay.
And she probably didn't see it because
Nope.
I got 19.
No, she did not. She didn't notice, and neither did Bertha. So Bertha
Flower.
takes were you gonna do something? Sorry.
Oh no, Flower was like, well, listen to your mom. We'll be here. We're not going anywhere just yet.
Bertha takes Alice back towards her room, because she's got to start packing up some of the things she can take. And it's not a few minutes have passed before the men come back. The men, except for Soverall, who's been here the whole time, come back. And a dog. And they basically relay the news. The town knows, everyone's preparing. Roris says, Ruby mentioned that they heard something about goblins around the area. People out moving around town have seen goblins nearby. I think this is kicking off pretty quick, guys.
Well, they got some kind of premonitions because they definitely started moving before the attack. If they're already this far up.
Well, to be fair, we don't know when the first attack happened. It happened a week before we got back, so.
It happened the day before we got back, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was a few days before.
Maybe it was. I don't remember. Man, a lot of stuff has happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we talk with some of the people. We're thinking that everyone should be ready to go in about 2 days. I mean, I don't want to leave you guys, but I honestly don't think that you should stick around that long.
We'll stay for the night, help out where we can, and make way in the morning. I looked at the group with a kind of questioning look.
Yeah. I need to train you and Skull Crusher, Roris.
Yes, we need to do that. And Rufus adds, we appreciate everything that you all have done, and while you're here, any help that you can give is appreciated.
Do you have any livestock? Anything that you would want to try to take with you?
Yeah, a lot, but I don't know what exactly you plan to do with all of that.
Talk to them?
Nurse is like, yeah, she can do that.
Basically make it so they follow you with less resistance.
And Rufus...
Animals tend to do things when you let them know what's going on, if you can.
How long is the journey for you guys?
Let me bring up the map again. Sorry. I should just always have it up, but I'm stupid. From Underdale to Hillsfoot is It's about a week and a half for normal pace. It's gonna be a little closer to 2 weeks for an entire halfling town.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks probably at best. We do have ponies we can ride, but not enough for everyone.
I wish I was further along with my studies, because there's things I can do, but I have to be there to do them. I can't make things.
If you can talk to the pigs and the sheep here, let me show you around. And Rufus sort of beckons you back towards the other side of the house.
Okay.
And we won't have you RP this out either, because you can just cast Speak with Animals.
Basically, just when they know, listen.
Listen, I'm gonna need you to do a thing. No, sorry.
And basically also just teach Skull Crusher to bark a certain number of times and Roars to ask a question so Skull Crusher knows to look for it.
Okay. So yeah, you establish a little code word communication for goblins are coming. And you go around, you're led around as it starts getting darker, to different farms, and you sort of get to talk to the various farm animals, telling them that they're going to move soon and everything should be okay if they just follow the people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And all the animals seem kind of like, yeah, sure. I don't think you tell them too much about what's happening, but I don't know, do you?
I basically tell them, you really need to follow the people or you will probably be killed.
Okay.
So you need to follow the people.
Okay, that panics the animals a little bit. They seem pretty visibly agitated, but they're just kind of like, oh, okay!
Like, no, it'll be fine. You just have to follow the people.
So yeah, you've managed to instill fear of God into the animals. And you come back and it's pretty, like, everything's winding down. Bertha gives you all some blankets and pillows, asks if you'd like to sleep inside tonight, if you want to take advantage of the spring.
Might as well.
May as well, yes, that would be lovely. Other than Roris, are any among your number at all capable of fighting or defending themselves?
Well, Hal is pretty good with a bow staff. He's chased off a couple of wolves come round for his sheep. Ruby has gotten real good with bow and arrows since you were here last.
Train more people with bows.
Not really. We're not a fighting people.
How do we... It won't be much, but with the few hours I have this afternoon, I have a couple of spare daggers. Anyone would like a lesson, that's what I would like to do.
You want to give him like a little quickie self-defense class with knives?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you focusing on any particular group or literally just like everyone? How many daggers do you have, for instance?
So I've got 3 spare daggers and 2 spare scimitars.
Okay.
That I've been meaning to pull down and use for myself, but I won't do that, I guess.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now that a normal scimitar for you is gonna be kind of huge for a halfling. The daggers will probably be put to good use, but the scimitars might not be that helpful.
I'll keep them then.
Okay. So you got, do you want to teach just, like, do you want to give a dagger to, like, one person and teach them how to use it? Or do you want to just get everybody around and be like, this is a dagger, this is how you stab somebody?
If this is going on,
Anybody who's interested.
Okay.
I will help Darius in this
Okay.
and teach about where you should actually try to stab with daggers
I mean,
to
you
inflict
both
the
are
most damage.
You're both pretty good at stabbing people.
Yeah.
I'm better at precision stabbing.
They just don't know you've done it.
I'm gonna have
Agnes is
Flower...
muted, and thus everything she says cannot be heard.
Oh, I did not realize that.
You muted yourself.
Agnes would like to ask. I have no idea when that happened. Agnes would like to ask if there's anyone that anyone in town that has dabbled in magic or has been trying to learn magic in any way.
The closest thing you got is that Mindy Proudhill, little tiny Mindy Proudhill, has occasionally made some stuff happen, but she doesn't have any formal magic training. It seems to be a sort of similar sorcery to you. It's like it comes from some other place. It's a wild magic.
I'm going to take Mindy aside and try and teach her the cantrip Firebolt.
Okay. That's gonna take a lot.
Is there a midwife or something in town?
Yeah, that would be... Let me get my list of people. There is a list of people in this town, 1 second. It's on a different page. That would be Porit Falloti.
Okay. I want to go to them and be sure to discuss plants you'll find that are particularly smelly. That'll be good to use to help camouflage your scent and hide.
Okay.
Especially for children. Wild plants that you might see on the way there that aren't here that are good for medicines. See if I have anything on me that in my healing kit or what kit do I have? I know I have some kind of kit. Where is my spells?
Spells.
Yep, I have a healer's kit.
Okay.
So I'm gonna see if I have anything there that can help beef up theirs. And recommend that they help. That she helps.
No worries.
Basically, each household build up their own.
Okay.
Because one midwife's kit isn't going to be enough for a town.
Okay.
Even one this small.
Okay, so Therius and Silverall, you guys gather a whole bunch of sort of like the adult and some of the older boy members of the community, and you're giving them a little crash course on how to stab people.
In the kidneys.
In the kidneys. They all generally have like more utility knives. These are people who are used to like working with the land. They have slaughtered animals before, but they've never really fought. So if you want, you can pass those daggers around. They're better in a fight than the knives they have, because the knives they have are more for like cutting rope or like shearing a sheep or like cutting like little twigs off of a sapling.
Yeah, I pass around my 3 daggers.
Okay.
And I also hand out the 2 daggers with blackstone inlay that I have.
Aw, the ones you stole from the magic shop?
No!
They're not magic.
They weren't magic.
Oh, right, they weren't magic.
They were just pretty. Probably worth more money.
How about this? You give those to me, I give them my 2 daggers.
You give them your 2 daggers too.
I need my daggers.
How many? You don't carry spare daggers?
I just have the 2.
Am I a hoarder?
I have a
You're a hoarder.
that I'll give them my bone dagger.
Oh, guys. Silverall, whatever happened to that fancy dagger that you stole out of the evidence locker?
I'm gonna sell it later.
Oh, okay.
They're,
I feel like Silverall's like, I gave the little girl a platinum. My good deed is done, thank you.
I wiped my hands of this nonsense.
I love my bone knife.
I give the halflings, halflings? Yeah,
Yes.
halflings. The 2 daggers with the blackstone inlay, and I say this overall, they'll need the money more when they get to where they're going if they can sell those.
You're right.
Okay.
Swear to God, if you see me back, I will kill myself.
I'm also going to tell the midwife
worry.
my favorite trick.
And like, Therius making really direct, penetrating eye contact with you when he threatens to kill you, by the way.
I stare back and like, I wouldn't think of it.
At all.
Well,
What?
You blink at all?
I don't blink.
both of you roll constitution checks for blinking. I'm making this a thing. Roll a constitution saving throw.
Proposal, I get advantage for cultural reasons.
For
No.
No, actually, That is a good point. In the cultural dossier Therius gave me of his hometown, blinking was mentioned. You do get advantage. That's why it pays to have a detailed backstory, y'all.
I have a pretty detailed backstory.
We did talk
Is it-
about
you
some
said a
things. It was a saving throw, a Constitution saving throw against the air on your eyeballs.
25.
I got a 13.
Okay, so overall you blink first.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay, so while that's happening, you're gonna run to the midwives. Flower, you said
I want to teach them. So, just in case, I would recommend 1, getting things you can throw, and 2, you want oil and breakable objects, preferably a ball.
All right, so you instruct them on the fireball creation. Meanwhile,
So you're going to take this and you're going to throw it.
Agnes is trying to teach little Mindy Proudhill actual fireballs.
Yep.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana check. I don't know actually what this check would be, so I'm just gonna make it Arcana.
Yeah. Hang on. 14.
Okay. She seems to understand the theoretical nature of it, but despite your efforts, she's not able to actually produce any fire.
Yeah.
But she does promise you that she will keep practicing.
And then I'm gonna write down notes and stuff for her to study while she's traveling.
Okay. Little how to be a sorcerer kind of stuff.
Yeah, just basic stuff. I'm teaching her firebolt. I'll write stuff down for mage armor.
Mm-hmm.
If he ever gets to there, and also poison sprays another cantrip.
Gotcha. All right, so you give
just
her
to try
a couple little notes on how to do some stuff. Roris is helping out also. He starts out because he is one of the most buff little halflings there ever was. He starts out just helping people lift and pack things and get some of their things together, but then as the evening wears on, he sort of takes over from your guys' self-defense class, and he's giving instructions on hitting things with sticks, essentially, as if they were swords. It's if there's a person in front of you, hit them like this. And you all do that into the evening.
Flower's also going to recommend to the midwives talk with the children, set up a plan for them running, preferably up trees, and how to get back to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all do these things. You impart all of your knowledge. You do this well into the evening. It's probably around midnight by the time anybody actually gets some sleep. But everybody eventually goes back to their homes weary. It's dark. You're welcomed back to the Pottses. And then do you want to hit the spring? Do you want to take a little sleep?
Yeah. Darius hits the spring for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to also hit the spring.
I'll just go to bed.
Okay. So overall, you're given you find a little corner to curl up in or whatever with your blankets and pillows. All right, so you head down to the spring. You have a nice soak.
Get toasty.
Get toasty, get clean. Anything you want to talk about while you're in there? You just want to bask.
I'm just gonna sleep.
Darius is just kind of letting his muscles relax after a very stressful couple of days.
Okay. Agnes, are you going to sleep, or are you falling asleep in the spring?
I'm falling asleep in the spring.
Okay, that's an important thing to
Someone
know.
should probably make sure I don't drown.
Roris will be your lifeguard and will make sure you don't drown.
Thank you, Oris.
Okay, so you all you sort of unwind a little bit, you loosen up. If you don't have anything to talk about, eventually tiredness overcomes you all, and you all crawl out of the spring and get your clothes back on and go back upstairs. There's just a pile of blankets that is Soverall in the corner.
I'm just meditating. Because that's what elves do.
Oh, okay. So you're elved. I thought you were.
I'm
gonna, like,
elved.
curl
Nah,
up.
I'm just like sitting there and being all meditative in
Fair.
the corner.
And then I'm assuming you all just like had a little sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nap time. For 6 hours.
Well, not really nap time, but like hard
It's an extended nap.
extended nap time.
Yep.
Okay, so nothing really, like, you all get to sleep. Obviously, it's safe here for the moment. It's kind of like a slumber party where everybody's in the living room, and instead of having sleeping bags, you're all just given blankets and pillows, and it's just kind of like the fire has been let to die, and there's just embers in the fireplace now. And you all get nice and toasty and comfy, and you drift off to happy sleepland. And everything is great.
I don't trust this.
You don't trust the happy sleepland?
I don't trust the DM saying happy sleepland.
Happy sleepland! One second. Yeah? Did you have...
But no, when the morning happens before they go, Flower is going to ask Horus to be sure to send word to Rose,
Okay.
as well as the Elven City for I am the worst with freaking names. My teacher, basically, to the
Vartan.
two plate Vart, to send word to that, and Vartan and Apprentice at Usadore.
Okay.
So send letters to both places once you get there safe.
And Boris kind of like pulls out some papers. Like, do you want to write a letter for me to send?
It's more so I know, because I'll get to one of
you
those
want
two
me
places
To let, gotcha. You want me to let
Yeah.
you know?
that you all got there. Because if not, I'm going to come running with as many thunderstorms as I can manage.
Well, I appreciate that. I think we'll be okay. I think we can get everybody moving soon enough. And I don't know, I feel like the goblins won't attack a group this large traveling, depending on how many there are, at least.
Who has
Just-
the sending stone?
The message stone?
Not I.
We both have it.
How far does that? Is there like a distance restriction on that?
If there is, Kristen didn't tell me what it is.
It's the message spell, so I believe we should look in the same plane.
Okay,
So
cool.
no!
No, there's not a distance requirement, as long as you're in the same plane.
So in the morning, I go over to Overall.
Yep, I am there.
I say, "Give me the sending stone."
You're giving this to Horus, aren't you? What if we need it?
I just put my hand out.
Oh, man.
We know where Horus will be. Horus will be in Hillsfoot.
Roris has no idea where we will be.
Overall, give him the stone.
Character conflict.
So, bro, give him the stone.
Oh wait, no. Message is 120 feet.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, what's the actual spell it is? Because I thought it was more than that.
I have no idea. It might actually be in the book.
Hold on, I'll pull up the
Yeah, that's
Do
the
the thing.
cantrip that lets you go like boosh.
Yeah, just
Dungeon
research
Master's Guide.
I
'Cause I
feel
think
like it was
sending
on
stones
any
are like-
plan, though.
an actual thing, and I was not given any info about that from Kristen.
It's in the let's see.
Yeah, Jen's
roll.
looking it up.
Well, no, I don't think it's an actual item. I think she just made it up.
I don't think so, because I've heard of sending stones in other places.
Sending stones come in pairs, with each smooth stone carved to match the other. Blah 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 blah. You can cast the sending spell from it.
There we go. That sounds right.
The target is the bearer of the other stone.
Don't die.
So,
Yeah, so it's sending. So if there's a distance restriction on sending, that's a problem.
Yeah, if the creature in question is not in the same plane of existence as you, there's a 5% chance that the sending does not arrive.
Okay, so
Okay,
like,
hopefully they'll be in the same.
But as long as we're on the same plane, it's fine.
okay, so but there's no
conditions on
distance
other
requirement.
planes may worsen this.
So
Yeah.
far, I'm the only one who can go to the different
Hold
plane.
on, Daniel. What was the rest of it?
What was the rest of it?
Oh, I said that local conditions on other planes may worsen this chance considerably.
Give me the stone.
Roris is helping Bertha make breakfast right now, so that.
Yeah, I waited until he was out of the room.
But Agnes is standing there, also telling him to give him the stone.
Let's ask what Roris thinks.
Give him the stone.
I'm rolling intimidation.
Okay.
I'm not going to be intimidated by you.
You think that?
You have to counter that roll. What is the counter for that?
I don't know.
Can I aid her intimidation, please?
Yes. Add an extra D6 to it for Flower's aid. Therius, are you
D6?
hopping on this? D6.
Okay. Well, I just got a 27 then.
All right. Why did you type that? You could have just said it. Are you sending that just to me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, are you trying to do that secretly?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay,
why it was.
roll a stealth check then.
4.
Okay, so while Agnes and Flower are both in front of Soverall, arms crossed, being very intimidating and looking like they will bring all high hell around them, friggin' Therius goes behind you and just grabs you by the back of the throat with his giant-ass, meaty dwarf hands.
Grapple.
But you weren't being stealthy, so I know you're coming.
Yeah,
give me
no,
this
that's
one.
why I said it.
Yeah.
Had Therius been
You're
sufficiently
not gonna have
stealthy,
one.
I would have just texted it to you. But no, Therius is being very blatant about this.
All right. And so, what did you get for your grapple check?
Oh, my grapple check?
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna fight in the Potts living room?
I mean,
I got a fucking 27 for intimidation.
You have to. You are sufficiently intimidated by the ladies.
yeah, I know, but also my grapple or not.
That is true. That's a thing.
Yeah.
What did you get for yours?
How about we both text her what we get, and then we'll have it tell us what happens.
Yes.
Okay,
Sibling fight!
sure. I'm being used as the vessel for them to fight via this narrative. Okay, Jesus Christ, guys. Alright, so Therius comes up, and he gets his arm around on Soverall, and Soverall's momentarily taken by surprise, and Soverall just goes like, whoop, and slips right out of it.
God damn it.
And Soverall gets out of the headlock, and what do you do from there?
I walk over to Boris.
And then his
He's
face
in the
with
kitchen.
I know, I walk into the kitchen.
Okay.
I can, like, not properly
I-
my intimidation.
I.
Block.
Wait, what?
You're
I'm
being
walking
blocked.
back to the kitchen.
You already tried to grab me.
He can still try and block you from going into the kitchen.
He can get in your way.
I mean, you were behind me, so I'm
Yeah.
just like walking off after I like.
Well, no, because
Go zoom.
you're actually facing away from the kitchen.
All right,
Sorry.
I use my happy disengage because you're in my way to skirt around you without letting you provoke an attack of opportunity.
That is a
I
thing.
intimidated you.
1 second. You take one more step. I swear to God, I will
I'm
block
already
your entire
gone,
body.
and
Oh my
I'm walking
God,
to the
guys.
kitchen.
Okay.
Dude, I intimidated you successfully.
Yeah, he's intimidated.
just-
That doesn't mean that he's gonna like pee himself or something.
Yeah,
Oh, but
just let it play out, Chelsea. Let it play out.
I follow you into the kitchen with my arms crossed.
Okay.
When I get into the kitchen,
Okay.
the sending stone is in my hand. I hand it to Boris.
Roris looks. He turns around. He was at the in front of the fryer, stirring some oatmeal in the large pot. And he turns around. And he's like, "Oh, you're giving
Everyone
this to
would
me."
like you to have this, and then I walk away.
Oh, thanks, guys. I mean, are you sure you're not gonna need it?
I think you'll need it more. We'll need to stay in as much contact as we can, if depending on what's going on in this world.
We'll be fine, and we'll be together but we want you to be able to find us if you need to.
I really appreciate that. Especially
And
considering
we'll also
the last team I got split up from disappeared mysteriously.
we'll let you know if we find anything about them too.
Cool.
Or if we find anything about what's his face,
Padriak.
Padriak.
Thanks for, thank
You'll be
you
the first to
for
know.
caring
Thanks.
so much.
Your empathy is astounding.
So Roris tucks the sending stone in his pocket, and he says, "I'll be sure to keep in touch with you guys."
But remember, you can only use 25 words or less.
It is essentially walkie-talkie Twitter. And I think you can only use them once per day, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
but you can get an immediate response.
Oh, that would make
Right.
Twitter so much better. You can only use it once a day.
That's a new business
Sorry.
market. It's a new business market. You got a corner there, Chelsea. Social media
Social
you
media
can only
now.
use once a day. Okay, so yes, so the Broris helps Bertha dole out some food. You're all given some lovely fruit and some lovely warm cinnamon oatmeal to chew on.
Yum.
It's a warm and fulfilling breakfast, and it's there's like a giant pot full of this stuff, so you guys can have properly sized portions.
That's really good because I eat like 10 halfling bowls full.
Yeah, they knew you were gonna do that, so lots of oatmeal was prepared. And after we're all finished eating, Bertha is like, "Is there anything that you dears need before you go? Do you need extra food? We have some spare bread I can give you."
Agnes is going to say you are going to need all the food you can get. Your journey is long. Don't worry about us.
All right. Well, Rufus is out in front. He'll see you off then. Well, thank you, dears, for... You always try so hard to keep us all safe. And she gets a little choked up, and she just goes
Aw.
and hugs the closest person to her, who, by random choice, is going to be Flower.
Aw.
And she just, like, hugs your knees. Because...
Flower's gonna bend over and awkwardly hug her shoulders.
Cool.
Agnes is going to go up to Maggie.
With
Alice.
the daughter?
No. The one I was teaching.
Mindy. That's it. Yeah, she's in a different house.
Agnes is going to go to Mindy and give her a hug and tell her to remember to practice every day.
Okay. Mindy promises you that she will. And she has that wide-eyed look
Okay.
of such innocent sincerity that you believe it.
Yes.
Yes. She will be lighting things on fire willy-nilly before you know it.
Soon.
Soon.
Next time I see you, you better be lighting shit on fire.
Do you say this to the halfling child?
No.
Okay.
I wish
Remember
we taught
the
her
rule.
my oil trick.
Remember the rule. Everything that you say will be in character.
I know, I considered it a yes, and then I was like, probably not a good idea.
Okay. So everything you say is in character from this point on, just reminding you guys. Okay. So Rufus sees you guys off. He doesn't have mounts big enough for you all, so he just, he's refilled all of your little water skins, with nice, clean water from the spring they don't bathe in.
Yeah.
And, he says, "I don't know where you're going, but I hope that we see you all again soon."
Same. Agnes is not good at goodbyes.
Same.
Eh.
Roris is standing next to him, and he knows that this is where he splits off from you guys also. And he's looking at you all, and he says, I didn't expect to meet any of you. I didn't expect to be traveling with you like I have been, and we haven't been together long, but I honestly consider all of you some of my best friends. Except for you, Soverall. Sometimes you're a dick. But most of the time you're pretty chill. And I feel like we get along. Yeah, it's,
It's a process.
it's a process. I feel like it's gonna be this isn't goodbye. I'm gonna see you all again, okay? We're gonna...
We will kill some people in the future together.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna get in some
We will
awesome
kick
fights.
ass and take names, and we will be the baddest group around. We will find you a beautiful, beautiful sword and bring it back to you as a gift.
And that actually makes
Agnes?
him start to tear up, and he's like, thanks, man.
I
Agnes
promise
gives him a
next time I
hug.
see you, I will be able to turn into... Oh, what's in the
Dragon!
sufficiently
Something
large?
that flies.
Yes.
He hugs Agnes back tightly.
And Agnes says, remember to tell us if you need something, and we'll be there.
Okay. I've got the stone. If you guys need to talk to me, if you need my help, no matter where you are, I will find you, gosh dang it. Me and Skullcrusher will be there immediately. You know it. And he turns to Therius and he points at him. He's like, you and I still need to get matching tattoos, dang it. It was gonna happen. I'm holding you to it.
Swoops down and gives him a big old bear hug.
Yeah.
And then sort of leans back and continues holding him by the shoulder, making very direct eye contact, and just said, well, you know, my dad always told me halflings were pleasant folk. Not much of a fighting type. But you've obviously proved him wrong on that account, and made me consider my priorities somewhat. Anyway, not the best at goodbyes, but it's good to know that my dad's not always right. You've shown that, and I hope our paths cross soon. We'll keep an eye out for Padriak for you.
Roris nods and he looks at you all and he says, this isn't goodbye. I said it, I'm gonna say it again, it's not goodbye. But all of you get out of here before I start crying or something. I don't know. Leave! Go do important things. Go save the stupid world.
We all stand in like awkward, sad silence for a minute.
Yeah.
And then Therius says, see you again soon, buddy. He turns around and walks away.
Bye, guys.
Agnes follows.
No. Retcon. He says, we'll see you again soon, brother, and walks away.
Aww!
Aww.
Emotions. You guys start turning away. You all turn away and you start walking out of town.
I stand there for a little bit while they start walking away, and when I think no one's looking, I walk over and hug you, and I leave.
Aww!
Perception check. Give it to me.
Stealth roll for your hug. No, Roris hugs back very
I only got a
tightly.
15 for my stealth roll for my hug, so it's very possible people saw me.
It's very possible. Anyone who rolls can roll.
Passive wisdom is a 9.
Okay. Anyone with a passive higher than 15 sees Therius receiving a very tight hug from Roris, or Soveral receiving a very tight hug from Roris. Soveral, you might have tiny halfling bruises tomorrow, but you feel the love.
And while I'm doing that, I slide of hand my jeweled dagger into your back pocket.
Oh snap! Okay, roll the sleight of hand.
19.
All right. He doesn't notice. You just somehow slide this dagger like the size of his forearm into his little back belt thing.
And then
He
I
doesn't
leave.
notice. And then you turn and walk away. All right.
God, he doesn't want anyone to be like secretly decent.
That's exactly what it is.
He doesn't want anyone to know. All right, so you all start walking out of town, and you see everybody around you is busily still. They're getting their things together. Some of the children are practicing what they've been taught the night previous on each other. You see them with like little sticks of various sizes chasing each other around and having fake fights. People nod to you as you pass, but no one seems to really be in the mood to converse, and they all know you're headed out now. Any of you who stop at any point and take a look back see Roris and Skullcrusher are still out front, but Roris has lifted up one of Skullcrusher's paws, thus making it wave at you guys.
Darius isn't looking back.
Okay, Darius isn't that kind of guy. He doesn't look at explosions.
I just not like advice, so she's just like got her hood up and she's just walking.
Gotcha.
Flower does look back and she waves.
I don't look back because it would make it look like I care.
Yeah, exactly. No one can know. No one can know. Okay, so
The hippie, of course, stops to look back and wave.
all right, so you guys, you head out of Underdale, leaving all the little halflings behind to ready themselves for the imminent mass exodus of their town. At this point, does anyone need drinks, bathroom break, anything? You good to go?
I'm gonna get drinks.
Okay.
I could use some.
You're dying, friend.
Yeah. I've
Is
got
there an echo right now?
the worst.
Are we what?
Do you hear an echo from me at all?
No,
No.
Nope.
you're good.
Okay, cool. Phones left, which means I don't need headphones anymore.
Cool.
We will
All
let you
right.
know if we have an echo at some point.
All right, so I'm going to give you guys like 10-ish minutes, maybe less, depending if everybody's back sooner. But yeah, everybody gets like 10-ish minutes. Pee, get a beverage, get some noms, do whatever you need. All right.